So prenups, here's how they work, guys. I've negotiated hundreds of prenups, sometimes for the person with money, sometimes for the person without money, sometimes both people have money, sometimes neither person has money and they both have prospects and they don't really know which one's going to be super successful. Sometimes you know probably who's going to make a lot of money and who isn't in the situation. Although, by the way, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. So all of this stuff about like what's going to happen in a marriage, it's all speculation to some degree. But what I will tell you in prenup negotiations is you don't very often as a woman have tremendous leverage in that negotiation. If you're marrying a guy, the example she used, a guy worth $35 million, you're not in a great leverage position. I'm sure he's not sitting around going, but I've been dreaming of my wedding for so many years. Like he'll probably go, as many of my clients do, all right, if we can't come to terms, we can't come to terms. I guess we can't get married. And I just had that happen last week where I represent someone, he's in finance. His fiance gave us an insane, maybe this woman is to blame for that. I don't know. We got an insane list. We got a list of, we had the tummy tuck. We had a push present when she has babies, which she's not even pregnant. We had all kinds of vacation demands. She must have sat down with somebody like this. She wrote up this wish list. I sent it to my client. He looked at it. He was like, yeah, you can tell him to get the fuck out of here. Like, I'd just not marry her if that's the case. So I called opposing counsel and I said, what are you thinking with this? Like, is she serious with this? And he was like, look, I explained to her that none of this is even vaguely approximate to what a court would do in the event of a divorce, that this is just a wish list. And my client basically said, yeah, it's okay. Tell her I'm sorry it didn't work out and we're not going to be able to get married. We can continue to date if you want to. And of course, she folded. And instead what she got is what she should have been looking for, which is something where if the two of them split up, she's not crawling out of the marriage. She's walking out it with some dignity and respect. It was something that accumulated over time so that as time went on, there was more of an investment in the marriage. And there's lots of ways, by the way, that lawyers, that's who should be negotiating your prenup, by the way, is lawyers, because we understand what your rights and obligations are in the absence of a prenuptial agreement, because we did this thing called going to law school. And then we took this test called the bar exam that showed we were actually paying attention in law school. So we actually did something other than getting divorced ourselves and taking a couple of hours of coaching lessons online. So I would just respectfully say, leave things to the grownups. Yes. Can you negotiate your own prenup? Can you hire a prenup coach to help you with that? Yeah, you could hire a barber to help you with that if you want to. You could hire a race car driver to help you with it. You could do your own dental work if you want to. All you need is tenacity and a drill and a high tolerance for pain. Is it a good idea? It's a fucking terrible idea.